You've got your new home checklist ready, but which South Denver neighborhood is the right one for you? Hey everybody, it's Alyson with Live South Denver, your real estate strategist and realtor for the South Denver area. You've got your budget set, but within that, how are you ranking your priorities? Is it all about the house, whether it's updated, the location it's in, the tall ceilings, the size of the yard? Is it the school? Are you looking at rankings, special programming, sports? How high does the commute rank up there? Are you trying to keep the commute time to work down? Do you not have to go to work, so we care about kids' activities? Do you travel a lot, so you don't want to be more than a certain time to the airport? Or are you really aiming to have 9s and 10s across the board? Well, no matter what your checklist looks like, I have got the South Denver neighborhood for you. Let's dive right in. If house and school are top of the list, Castle Pines is your spot. Castle Pines gives you new construction options, semi-custom, custom options, gated communities, golf course opportunities, quiet secluded streets, dense trees, executive level homes, the ever so coveted mountain views. And currently, Castle Pines, all of it, feeds into one of the very most highly rated high schools along all of the Front Range. You can catch more on Castle Pines right here. Now, if you put school rankings at the top, but you don't want to slough off on the house, you would like a shorter commute time because Castle Pines is a little south of the city, Highlands Ranch is your spot. It really checks off just about every box that could be. But you're not going to find new construction options there, which is sometimes why people bail out of looking at Highlands Ranch. Highlands Ranch gives you access to 4 different public high schools that are all well rated, as well as options that are both private and charter. So the school options in Highlands Ranch are abundant, not to mention what you've got for middle schools, elementary schools. The charter school options may go from K through 8 to K through 12. For 2025, we are going to see some new construction in Highlands Ranch. So if you've been wanting to do Highlands Ranch and you really want new construction, reach out. They are going to be selling off new construction via the VIP list for this builder. There is going to be a little enclave in there. For the most part, Highlands Ranch does not have new construction, but there will be a little niche of it coming, so there is a small opportunity. Otherwise, we've got the perennial favorite of the backcountry with traditional home, semi-custom, and custom home options. There are a few neighborhoods in Highlands Ranch that actually have their own pool with it. So Highlands Ranch has 4 rec centers that everyone in Highlands Ranch has access to. And almost the entirety of Highlands Ranch is no more than 1.5 miles away from a rec center. But if you're wanting something a little more intimate, a neighborhood that might do food trucks or have events, be a little bit more connected, sometimes those ones with the pools offer something like that where you can kind of weave yourself in and get to know your neighbors a little bit easier. Now, if you don't end up living in one of those, there are lots of friendly people and you're probably going to use those rec centers if you have kids. Our kids loved going to all 4 rec centers. They wanted to try out all the different slides, do something different, participate in all the other activities, and have a little variety. You're so close to all of it. It's one of the huge perks of being in Highlands Ranch. And you're getting all that for less than $900 a year in HOA dues. I think another video I spoofed and said it was like per month. It's a year. You can watch more on Highlands Ranch here and catch everything about the open space and the trails and the types of homes and neighborhoods. There's so much it has to offer, but it's a great place to balance commute time, amenities, school opportunities, and housing. Now, if getting the best value for your dollar is top of your list, whether it's getting as much house as you can for as little as you can, or spending as little as you can, then Castle Rock is definitely your place. No matter how you slice it, Castle Rock delivers on value. The thing to know about Castle Rock is your value gets even stronger if you're buying an existing home. Their newer homes are priced a little bit higher. They are bigger than you might find in some other areas. There's a premium attached to the size. And some of the builders down there are offering larger lot options right now. 1/3 acre, 1/4 acre, I want a 1/2 acre right now. All of those are large price points just overall. We're talking 1.5 million, 3 million plus. So when we have those in the mix, when we're looking at average price point, it pulls it up a lot. So when we get rid of those new construction homes and we look at Castle Rock's average price point, and we look at just the existing homes, oh my gosh, the value is so good. Why? Well, it's the farthest suburb from the city. It's actually the halfway point between Colorado Springs and Denver. which for some folks is amazing because there is such good industry in Colorado Springs as well. Castle Rock is really self-contained. You can get your kids' activities down there. You have all the shops that you need, Whole Foods, Costco's coming, Sam's is there, the outlets, restaurants. You don't need to really leave for most shopping unless you want to go up to Park Meadows, unless you're going skiing or going to a sporting event downtown, or the Pace Arts Center for a show like Wicked. You aren't leaving Castle Rock for much of anything. If you don't have to commute for work, this is such a great place to consider looking at. Now, if you have to commute into downtown 5 days a week, the commute is rough. We're talking almost an hour unless you get to work off hours. If you can go in at 6 a.m., go in at 10, and you're not leaving until late. Otherwise, I would really caution actually against that hour commute unless you just love being in your car. Here's more on Castle Rock you can check out. Now, when I say lifestyle, what do you think? Is your first thought of a beautiful, stately home? Your next home is grand in size, the location, the neighborhood, the lot, the landscaping. Do you just dream of something? Oh my gosh, Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. Do you remember that show? That's what a lot of people think of when you think of a beautiful lifestyle. If that is what came to mind for you when I say lifestyle, then Cherry Hills Village is your spot. Cherry Hills Village is the enclave of custom homes, large lots, homes that can be 15,000, 16,000 square feet. Peyton Manning's home is 16,000 square feet. It is the place where CEOs live, athletes live. It is a place for privacy. It is a place where those with money and wealth feel comfortable because it's the same things that their neighbors have. Cherry Hills Village is established. It has a history of being an equestrian community. That culture is still alive and well. All throughout the community, you will find an equestrian culture. Much of it on the east side of University Boulevard, you'll find a lot of opportunity for equestrian property. Some of them will be larger lots, barns, stables, tack rooms, all of that. But even in the old Cherry Hills, the original section, you can still find properties on an acre plus where you'll find a stable. You'll find properties that are home to horses because they're right on the trail. There are equestrian trails built all throughout the community just because of the history there. Every home comes with unique architecture and superb design. Cherry Hills Farm, Buell Mansion, Glenmore, Lynn Road are all communities, neighborhoods that offer a gated lifestyle. But there are many individual properties that have a gated perimeter to offer that privacy and security. The beauty of Cherry Hills Village is the draw, right? The tree-lined streets, the fantastic homes, but that is not all. If you took all of that and you moved it into a traffic-laden location 30 minutes west or 45 minutes south, the draw to the community would dramatically reduce. So much else of what is loved about Cherry Hills Village is how convenient it is to live here. The commute into the tech center is incredibly short. There is a huge reduction in time to get into downtown compared to being in the far west bowels of Littleton or Ken Carroll, which is another gorgeous location, versus being in Castle Rock, even Castle Pines. So you have all of this beauty and the tree-lined streets, the equestrian property, this large acreage, but you're 25 minutes from getting into downtown. You're 10 minutes from getting into the tech center. Your commute to the airport is incredibly easy. So it balances the needs of these folks who have very busy lives and gives them this bubble from everything busy. When you're in there, you do not have retail shops inside Cherry Hills Village. They're all on the perimeter. So you get to go in and have a retreat, but everything you need is very accessible. Here's more on Cherry Hills Village you don't want to miss. All right, we are coming up on the last neighborhood of the best for South Denver in 2025. But I have a question for you. When I said, what do you think of when I say lifestyle? Did your head go to rolling terrain, acreage, trees, fire pit, untouched sparkling snow? If that's the case, then you are all about, give me the Colorado lifestyle. But wait, Alyson, I want the Colorado lifestyle, but I don't want to be so far from town and so far from the airport. Because if you did, you wouldn't even be watching this channel. You'd be somewhere up Vail or the Western Slope or some other small mountain town. You want all of it. You want the lifestyle and the conveniences. I have at least 3 great places to share with you. I'm only going to give you 2 right now. I could probably get my list up to 5. First up is Franktown. I just did a video on Franktown, so go check that out. Franktown is 10 minutes from Parker, 10 minutes from Castle Rock. So rural. Almost every lot is going to be 5 acres. There's certainly more. There's a little less. But you are just in a retreat. There is virtually nothing in the town. You've got your post office, your gas station, a few little outposts, but you're going to drive to Parker or Castle Rock for everything you need. But that still gives you healthcare close by, grocery stores, restaurants, dining, all of the stuff you need, not too far away, while you get to pull away into all of the beauty, the peace, the nature, the views, the wildlife, really close by to all of the good stuff in town. The other option is the Pinery. Here is a video on the Pinery you can watch. There are 2 sides to the Pinery. There's the semi-custom side in the timbers. There's the original side, I guess if you want to call it that. Those homes date from roughly the 70s to the 90s. They have all sorts of styles and quirks and feel to them. The smallest lot you can have in all of the Pinery, no matter what, is a 1/4 acre. When you get to the custom, semi-custom side, you're usually at least 1 acre. And then they vary in that older side, a 1/4 acre to an acre. In the older side, we're looking at the lowest price point being around $600,000. And then we head up from there. The highest price point caps at around $1 million right now. And in the semi-custom side, we're starting at around $1.5 million and going up from there. There is the possibility for views in the Pinery, dense tree coverage, hence the name, and you're in Parker already. So you are much closer to healthcare, grocery, restaurants, conveniences, but you still feel tucked away, worlds away. And the larger your lot is, especially when you get into that 1 acre size, you have clean sight lines, right? So you don't feel cluttered from neighbors, a little quieter, but you've got trails, there's a park in there, there's a lake to walk around. It's just a really lovely, quiet place to be. No matter what your wish list looks like, if you'd like to chat about how to make it come true here in Denver, please reach out. I would love to connect. And I will see y'all next week.